In 1950, Alan Turing asked if machines could think. That question was the moment the dream of artificial general intelligence was born. Decades later, two tech giants are locked in a battle over what that dream really means and how dangerous it might become. Their arguments aren't just shaping AI, they are setting the rules for humanity's future. But when legends like Demis Hassabis and Jan LeCun cannot even agree on the definition, how did we end up with this divide? By 1956, the first generation of AI researchers gathered at Dartmouth College, convinced that intelligence could be engineered. Their optimism set off a wave of funding and big promises, but progress proved slow. In the decades that followed, two brutal AI winters, first in the 1970s, then again in the late 1980s, brought crashing disappointment. Funding dried up and the field fractured, as early expert systems failed to live up to the dream of general intelligence. Yet the idea refused to die. In 2012, a breakthrough, AlexNet, built by a team led by Geoffrey Hinton, crushed the ImageNet competition, slashing error rates and proving that deep learning could scale with data and compute. Suddenly, the impossible seemed possible again. The race was back on. 10 years later, the launch of ChatGPT in November 2022 drew 1 million users in less than a week. By January, it had 100 million. For the first time, the public could talk to a machine that sounded almost human. The old question, what counts as intelligence, was back in the spotlight, and this time the stakes were global. But even as AI leapt forward, the field split along new lines. On one side, Demis Hassabis at Google DeepMind warned that scaling up these systems could be both the path to AGI and a recipe for disaster if left unchecked. On the other, Jan LeCun at Meta argued that true intelligence requires more than just bigger models, and that openness and speed are essential. The result, a definition dispute that runs deeper than technology itself, is shaping not just research, but the rules for what comes next. In March 2016, a machine stunned the world. AlphaGo, built by Google DeepMind, defeated Lee Sedol, one of the greatest Go players in history, in a 5-game match. But it was not just the victory that shocked experts. In the second game, AlphaGo played move 37, a move so unexpected, so creative, that professional commentators thought it was a mistake. Lee Sedol left the room, visibly shaken. Only later did he realize the move was brilliant, something no human had ever considered. AlphaGo went on to win the series, 4-1, and with each game it became clear the system was not just copying human strategies, it was inventing its own. This moment forced a reckoning. If a machine could surprise even its own creators, what happens when the stakes are higher than a board game? For the researchers at DeepMind, led by Demis Hassabis, the lesson was simple: intelligence at scale can behave in ways no one predicts. The sense of control, once taken for granted, suddenly felt fragile. The idea that a system could develop skills or strategies its makers never intended became more than a theory. It was now a risk that demanded respect. The shock of Move 37 lingers in every safety discussion that followed. It is why one camp insists on guardrails and oversight before pushing further. Because when machines surprise us, the question is not just what they can do, but whether we will be ready for what comes next. The head of Google DeepMind puts it this way: you need both. You need incredibly rigorous internal tests of these systems, and you need collaborative inputs from external researchers. For his team, building more capable AI is not a sprint. Every advance is paired with layers of safeguards, alignment research to make sure the system's goals match human values, interpretability tools to understand how decisions are made, and tightly controlled deployments. The philosophy is simple: scale should only follow safety. Systems are kept behind closed doors until they pass a gauntlet of internal checks and outside review. The risk is not just technical failure, it is unleashing something no one can predict or control. For this camp, the cost of caution is worth it if it means keeping the future on a leash. Meta takes a different route. Instead of locking away their most powerful AI models, they publish them for the world to see, test, and improve. The company has poured billions into building the hardware needed to support this open approach. In early 2024, Meta released Llama 3, one of the most advanced language models, directly to the public. That move sent shockwaves through the AI community. When critics warned that openness could speed up misuse, Meta's chief scientist fires back. LeCun argues that fear may be slowing progress more than actual limitations. He says open-source AI spreads knowledge, keeps power from concentrating in a few hands, and lets outside experts spot problems faster than any internal team ever could. For Meta, speed and transparency are not just technical choices. They are the way to keep AI safe for everyone. Predictions stretch across decades. Some researchers warn AGI could arrive in as little as 5 to 10 years. Most experts, though, point to 2040 or later, while a vocal minority insists it could take generations or may never happen at all. A recent survey of over 8,000 AI specialists found no consensus, only a widening spread. Policy voices like Stuart Russell and Yoshua Bengio urge governments to prepare now, not wait for certainty. The truth is, no one agrees on what counts as general intelligence or how we will recognize it if it appears. Scaling up models brings new abilities, but scaling is not the same as understanding. The stakes are global. Jobs, power, even the shape of democracy could hang in the balance. The world is moving forward without a map. As Google and Meta shape the destiny of AGI, their rivalry defines the guardrails of tomorrow's intelligence. The debate is not over. The future of AGI is being written right now. Share your thoughts below.